morning. It's Tuesday, the 17th of July, and I'm going to try and maybe do something a little bit different now. As you can see, I've got my racing hat on, although we're not going to the races. I just thought I'd just put it on, something to do really. Today what I'd like to do is to sort of take you through an anatomy of a trade or trading. And so it's a bit of an experiment on my editing skills, if you like. But enjoy. Okay, yeah, so hi there, good morning. So let's get on with it. What you see in front of you is part of my trading screen and platform. If we go by the first figure, number 1, that was my P&L on the day. That's not today, unfortunately. It was last week. Okay. What you see is the 1722, which is the cumulative P&L, and the open P&L is the profit on that one particular trade. Okay. You'll notice also that there was a loss at the bottom of 570. And that's on the Euro stocks. If you go to the left-hand side, you'll see Euro stocks 50. Okay, that's when I was sort of like trying to spread it against the DAX. Okay, now number 2, you'll notice is the trading platform which I use, and it shows you the bids and offers on the DAX. Okay, DAX trading at the moment, or at that moment, as 12,476 spot 5. Okay. And there are 3 on the offer and 3 on the bid, okay, above and below. So no one's actually trading at that particular price at the moment, waiting to see who can spook each other out. To the right hand side of that trading ladder, you will see the Euro stocks ladder, and there you will see that it is offered at 3434, okay, at 100 and or at 1,275, okay, but it is bid at 1,085 for 3433, okay. So what you'll notice there on the Euro stocks is there's a lot more liquidity. That is to say, if you were to join the queue to sell at 3434, okay, you would be in the queue at 1,276 if you were doing a one lot. Okay, so the importance of that really is that if you want to get in or out of a trade very, very quickly, you want to make sure that there are enough buyers or sellers on the other side to take and absorb your trade. Okay, now when you're a minnow, okay, it's not that greatly important, I suppose, but if you're trading size, you really want to know that there are other people on the other side of the trade. Okay, now if you look at number 3, okay, what you'll see there is where I put my orders in. Okay, so here I've got a stop order. It's at 12425. Okay, and that's where I put my stop order in place. Sometimes I can have a trading stop, and it is a trading stop actually on that one. Okay, so yeah. Now if you go to number 4, this is what I just watched during the day. It's the CNBC news announcement. And then the number 5 is the live squawk. Okay, so that's generally what I'm looking at when I'm trading the markets. I have a live squawk, which is giving me up-to-date news and announcements. I have the sort of like a background noise or CNBC, trying to get me in the mood and the flavor. Okay, I'm looking at the bids and the offers on the trading ladders. Okay, and at the same time trying to monitor my P&L. Okay, so moving on from there, what we've got is the second screen, because I've actually got 3 screens on my computer. Okay, second screen is my charting package, and number 1 you'll see is the hourly figure on the DAX. Okay, that's sort of the blue lines is what I sort of draw myself, and it's been quite profitable for me. Whenever I see a particular a pattern or formation, I tend to join those blue lines. I call them a flag, but I think they're in the book as a pennant. Okay, and it's quite amazing how consistent they are as a guide. Okay, this one you can see that the price has risen up. Okay, sometimes it can go the other way and shot down. But the way in which to get the best breakout, if you like, is either to put a stop order and a limit order on the top or on the bottom of those blue lines, so that as soon as it's activated from within, okay, you either got a stop on or on the other side. Okay, now number 2 is the 15-minute interval on the DAX. Okay, and I like to see the hourly for the long-term trends, try and smooth out some of the noise, and the 15 minutes I also feel that smooths out some of the noise. I don't usually like the 1 minute or the 5-minute type charts. Okay, what I do is I look at number 3, which is time and sales, which is essentially a bit similar to the ladders, the trading ladders, where you see the bids and the offers. I mean, this is showing you, real time what the bids have been, what the offers have been, where it's traded. As you can see there, it was sold at 12,484 spot 550, one lot. Okay, so I like seeing that. I like to see the movement of that, the flow of that gives me an indication as to how serious the movement is. If you look at number 2, you'll also see the volume. Excuse me. You'll see the volume. I like to have the volume up too. I don't have that many indicators up. I like working with the pivots on the 15-minute charts and the Bollinger Bands as a rough guide. That's about it. On number 1, on the hourly chart, I will have yesterday's high, yesterday's low, for example. Now, on number 4, what you'll see here is the point and figure chart. Now, point and figure I find is very, very good for getting key levels. Okay, very, very quite accurate really in the levels which can be generated. Once again, you'll see, but I put that triangle on there for the breakout. And the next thing is to see where the levels, where it's likely to go. Okay, you do get a lot of false breakouts sometimes, and you just got to manage that in the trade. Number 6, you'll see, is the S&P. Okay, and also number 5 is the German Bund. Okay, Bunds generally, especially the German Bund, I'm trading the DAX, which is the German indices. What you notice is that bonds tend to go in reverse of the indices. So if the bonds are going down, the indices are going up. So sometimes it can give you a little edge having a look at different markets. Likewise in the S&P, in the afternoon session, if there's a big movement on the S&P, you will notice that, or you will see sometimes that there's like a lag between the movement in the DAX. Yep. So that's why I have other financial instruments up, to try and give me that little bit of an edge to see where I believe the price is going. And if the price is going in a certain direction, I want to see some type of a confirmation, if you like. And confirmation would be if the price is rising up and I notice that the bunds are tanking down, yeah, that would give me a little bit more confidence to do that trade. Likewise, as you see at number 6, there is a gap. Okay, well, there was a gap. Actually, this was the 12th of July. So you trade that gap. Okay, likewise, we'll see on number 1 and 2, that sort of line which I've drawn in, that is a gap, and that is worth trading. Okay, it's difficult to trade sometimes, but it's something to be cognizant about. Okay, when there is a gap, because that tends to be filled later on in the day. So that's a very brief anatomy of a trade. These are the sort of things which I'm looking at when I'm actually trading the markets. Okay, hope that's been helpful for you, and speak to you in the next blog. Okay, yeah, so hi there, good morning. So let's get on with it. What you see in front of you is part of my trading screen and platform. It goes like that.